The printer was still warm when I walked into Sunday dinner. Mom was halfway through Grace, eyes closed, hands folded. My brother sat across from her, fork already hovering over the roast chicken. I didn't wait for the amen. I dropped the stack of papers in the center of the table. 62 pages. Bank of America letterhead on every one. Mom's eyes snapped open. Let's talk about family first, Mom. Her face went white. I slid the top page toward her. Transaction history. Dates, amounts, vendors. Starting with June 14th. $2,400. Royal Caribbean. My brother's fork clattered onto his plate. What is this? She whispered. It's called a receipt. The room went silent. Grandma leaned forward. Aunt Lisa put down her wine. I looked at every face around that table. You all need to see this. Because here's the thing about family first. It only works when the truth comes first. And I had 4 years of truth sitting right there on the table. Let me back up. I was 14 when Dad died. Heart attack. No warning. 1 minute he was mowing the lawn, the next he was gone. He'd been careful, though. Life insurance. $43,000, paid out 6 weeks after the funeral. Mom sat me down in the kitchen. Her eyes were still red. Your dad wanted this for college. We're putting it in an account. Your name. I'll be the trustee until you're 18, but this is yours. Your future. I believed her. I worked 2 jobs through high school. Weekends at the diner. Evenings tutoring AP kids for $25 an hour. Every paycheck, I deposited part of it into that same account. By senior year, I'd added $11,000 of my own money. $54,000 total. I checked the balance every month. Watched it grow. It felt like keeping a promise to Dad. But there were signs I ignored. When my brother turned 16, he got a car. Used, but still. He needs independence, Mom said. When I asked about the debate team trip, $200, she said, we'll see. We never saw. My brother got the new Xbox, the electric guitar, the private pitching coach. I got, you're so responsible. You understand, right? I did understand. I was the older one, the one who didn't make waves. I kept every deposit slip, every bank statement. Dad taught me that. File everything. Trust but verify. I wish I'd verified sooner. 3 months before I was supposed to leave for college, Mom called me into the living room. She had her serious face on. Hands folded. Voice soft. Honey, we need to talk about your brother. I sat down. He got into St. Joseph's Prep. It's an incredible opportunity. $18,000 a year, but the academics, the sports program, it's life-changing. I waited. You've always been the practical one. The smart one. You could do community college for 2 years, then transfer. Save money. You'd still get your degree. My stomach dropped. Mom, that's my college fund. It's the family's fund, sweetheart. I'm the trustee. And your brother needs this chance now. You'll have plenty of time. I got into state. I've already put down a deposit. Her voice cooled. Just a degree? But I heard it. The account has my name on it, too. I've been managing it for 4 years. You think that was free? What does that mean? It means you owe this family. Your brother deserves the same opportunities you've had. I stood up. I'm checking the account. She smiled, thin, sharp. You do that, honey. That night I logged in. My hands were shaking so hard I mistyped the password twice. The page loaded. Available balance, $4,722.18. I stared at the screen until the numbers blurred. $54,000 gone. I refreshed the page 3 times, hoping it was a glitch. A mistake. $4,722. That's what was left of my future. I texted Mom. My hands were still shaking. Where is the money? 3 dots. Then, emergency home repairs. Your braces, groceries, doctor visits. You benefited too. Don't be selfish. I called the bank the next morning. The representative was polite, professional, and completely unhelpful. The account is custodial with a cosigner. Until you turned 18, the cosigner had full withdrawal authority. All transactions were legally authorized. But it's my money. I understand your frustration, but there's no fraud here. No recourse. I hung up. My acceptance letter was sitting on my desk. Enrollment deposit due in 12 days. I had $4,700. Tuition alone was $14,000. I thought I'd lost. I sat on my bed and cried for 20 minutes. Then I opened my laptop again. If the money was gone, fine. But I wanted to know where. I exported the full transaction history. Every withdrawal. Every transfer. Every fee. 62 pages. I started reading. And that's when I saw the dates. I color-coded everything. Green for legitimate expenses. Yellow for unclear. Red for personal. The sheet turned into a sea of red. June 14th, 2 years ago. Withdrawal. $2,400. Memo. Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. I opened Mom's Instagram. Same day. Photo of her and my brother on a beach. Caption. Blessed life. So grateful. November 3rd. Withdrawal. $1,200. Nordstrom. Her Instagram again. Shopping bags. New coat. Treating myself. March 27th. Withdrawal. $3,800. Tesla down payment. She'd posted a photo of the car 2 days later. Dreams do come true. I went through every transaction. In 4 years, maybe $1,100 could be called family expenses. Maybe. The rest? Vacations, clothes, my brother's car insurance, his pitching coach, his birthday parties. The biggest spike was the week of his 16th birthday. $4,200. Gone in 6 days. I sat back. She didn't steal it for groceries. She stole it for a lifestyle. I screenshot every purchase, matched them to her social media, built a spreadsheet, dates, amounts, photos. I had proof. But I still didn't understand why. That came 3 days later. I printed the transaction log, all 62 pages. I texted the family group chat. We need to have a meeting about the college fund. I didn't get to control the narrative. Mom did. Within an hour, my phone exploded. Aunt Lisa. Your mother sacrificed everything for you. How dare you accuse her? Grandpa. College isn't the only path. Maybe you need perspective. Cousin Jen. This is so disrespectful. 47 messages. All of them against me. Mom had called everyone first. Framed it her way. She's saying I stole from her. After everything I've done. After I raised 2 kids alone. Then came the Facebook post. She didn't name me. She didn't have to. Parenting means making hard choices. Some kids forget what sacrifice looks like. Praying for wisdom. 63 likes. 12 comments. All supportive. My brother texted me separately. Why are you doing this? She's already stressed. Do you always have to start drama? I stared at my phone. No one had asked for proof. No one had asked my side. Then Mom played her final card. She called me. If you keep pushing this, I'll tell the school you're unstable. I still have to sign your housing forms. Keep that in mind. 9 days until the deposit was due. She had me cornered. Or so she thought. I remembered something Dad had said once. Always keep the original documents. Always. I dug through the file cabinet in the basement. Old taxes, insurance papers, birth certificates, and then I found it. A manila folder, label in Dad's handwriting, college fund, legal. Inside, the original trust agreement. Signed by Mom, signed by Dad's lawyer, dated 2 weeks after the insurance payout. I read it twice. Clause 3.2. Trustee may only authorize withdrawals for beneficiaries' education, medical care, or direct welfare. Trustee must retain receipts for all expenditures. Mom had signed it. She'd agreed to the terms. And she had 0 receipts. There was something else in the folder. A sealed envelope. My name on the front in Dad's handwriting. For my daughter. To be opened at 18. Mom never gave it to me. I opened it. The letter was short, 1 page. Sweetheart, if you're reading this, I'm gone. This money came from double shifts and missed soccer games. I did it so you wouldn't have to choose between debt and dreams. This is yours. Protect it. I love you, Dad. I read it 3 times. Then I called Dad's old lawyer. Dad's lawyer was retired, but he remembered the account. I assumed she followed the terms. I'm sorry. If she didn't keep receipts, that's a breach. He sent me the full file. I kept digging. I ran a public records search on Mom's name. Property lines, court judgments. It's all public if you know where to look. And there it was. Case number 19-CV-8473. Credit card company versus my mother. Judgment. $29,114. Filed 2 years ago. I pulled her income records from the family tax returns. Part-time bookkeeper. $34,000 a year. My brother's private school. $18,000. The Tesla payment. $400 a month. The math didn't work, unless she had another source of income. She did, my college fund. But it wasn't just about the money. I scrolled through her Instagram, her Facebook, her whole online life. Every post was perfect. Smiling photos, inspirational quotes, blessed mom life. The trips, the car, the designer bags. My brother in his private school uniform. So proud of this young man. She wasn't surviving. She was performing, and I was the budget line she cut so the show could go on. I walked into the university legal clinic on a Thursday morning. The paralegal listened to everything. Looked at the documents. You have a case. Breach of fiduciary duty. Possibly conversion. But litigation takes years. And costs money. So what do I do? She leaned back. Sometimes the fastest justice isn't legal. It's social. I thought about that all the way home. I couldn't sue. I didn't have time or money. But I had something better, proof and an audience. I opened the family group chat. Sunday dinner, my place. I'll bring the documents. Everyone should be there. Mom replied first. Of course, honey. I think it's time we cleared the air. She thought I'd back down. She thought I'd crumble under the family pressure. She had no idea. I spent 3 days preparing. I printed everything. Transaction logs. Trust agreement. Dad's letter. Court records. Instagram screenshots. I made binders. One for each family member. Tabs labeled. Clean. Professional. I practiced in front of the mirror. No yelling. No crying. Just facts. Sunday morning, I set the table for 8. Plates, forks, napkins, and 1 binder at every seat. She wanted family first. She was about to get it. They all arrived at noon. Grandma and Grandpa. Aunt Lisa, Uncle Tom, Cousin Jen, my brother, Mom. Everyone sat down. The binders were closed, waiting. Mom reached for my hand. Should we say grace? I pulled my hand back. Actually, let's talk first. I opened the binder in front of me. 4 years ago, Dad's life insurance created a college fund. $43,000. I added $11,000 from working. That's $54,000 total. Grandpa nodded. He knew this. 3 months ago, when I checked the account, there was less than $5,000 left. Aunt Lisa started to speak. I held up one hand. Please, just listen. I slid the transaction log across the table. June 14th, 2 years ago. Withdrawal. $2,400. Royal Caribbean. I pulled out the Instagram screenshot. Placed it next to the log. Same day. Mom and my brother on a cruise. Mom's face went red. November 3rd. $1,200. Nordstrom. Another screenshot. New coat. New boots. Treating myself. I kept going. March 27th. $3,800. Tesla down payment. Uncle Tom leaned forward reading. In 4 years, maybe $1,100 went to actual family expenses. The rest went to vacations, cars, and my brother's private school. My brother's voice cracked. I didn't know. I know you didn't. I opened to the next tab. This is the trust agreement. Dad and Mom both signed it. Clause 3.2. I read it aloud. Withdrawals only for my education, medical, or welfare. Receipts required. I looked at Mom. Do you have receipts? Silence. There's one more thing. I pulled out Dad's letter. My voice shook just once. Dad left me a letter. To be opened at 18. Mom never gave it to me. I read the last line. This is yours. Protect it. Grandpa's face changed. He looked at Mom. Is this true? She tried to smile. It collapsed. I was drowning. You don't understand. The bills, the pressure. I slid the court judgment across the table. You had a $29,000 credit card judgment. I know, but you didn't use my fund to pay that. You used it to buy a Tesla. Aunt Lisa put her hand over her mouth. Mom started crying. No one comforted her. I stood up. I'm going to college. I'll take loans. I'll figure it out. But I'm done pretending this was love. Grandpa stood too. We'll talk, outside. I followed him to the porch. Behind us, the dining room erupted. Grandpa didn't say anything for a long time. Then, your dad would be proud. We'll help with school. He and Grandma pooled $12,000. Aunt Lisa added too. It wasn't everything, but it was enough to start. I took out federal loans for the rest. I started college on time. Mom didn't sign the housing form. The school let me submit an exemption with the court judgment as proof of financial conflict. It went through. Inside the house, Grandpa gave Mom an ultimatum. No family financial help until she entered credit counseling. And she had to start paying me back. She fought it for 2 weeks. Then she enrolled. My brother switched to public school. Mom couldn't afford private anymore. He wrote me a letter a month later. I didn't know where the money came from. I'm sorry. I want to fix this. I wrote back. We can rebuild, slowly. Mom sent texts for months. Apologies mixed with blame. I did my best. You don't understand what it's like? Then, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'll make it right. I didn't reply to most of them. Finally, I sent one message. I'll talk when you've made real amends. Not before. Then I blocked her number. 2 years later, she completed the credit counseling program, got a full-time job, started a payment plan, $200 a month, 40 months. As of now, she's paid back $8,000. It's half of what she took, but it's documented. Every payment logged. I don't have a relationship with her. I accepted the payments, but I didn't resume contact. Some boundaries are love in action. My brother and I talk once a month. It's careful. It's slow. But it's honest. I graduated on time. Bachelor's in finance. The loans are manageable. I volunteer at a youth legal aid clinic now, helping kids understand trust accounts and custodial rights. Last week, a 17-year-old came in with a situation almost identical to mine. I showed her how to pull transaction records. I didn't win by destroying my mom. I won by building anyway. Family first only works when respect goes both ways. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when you have receipts, use them wisely. Not for revenge. For truth. This story is a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice. If you're facing a similar situation, consult a licensed attorney in your area. So here's my question for you. Would you have confronted her publicly or gone straight to court? Drop your take in the comments. And if this story made you think twice about who has access to your accounts, hit subscribe. You're not alone. Family first, only when it's mutual.